performances and the results are almost a bit unexplainable and down to some freak factors. The fact that Bochum scored 2 goals there, which they're never scoring if they take that shot, I'd say 90 more times, tells you something. But what I think was most concerning from Bayern's point of view was the reaction in Salzburg and how close they were run by the Austrian league leaders here, because Bayern looked really off it in that first half. I've not seen many teams, if any, I can think of, who have been that much quicker than Bayern and been able to really put them under the cosh. And when Joshua Kimmich, who is one of the most agile movers of the ball in world football, is having to think twice about receiving it and turning immediately, then you know that you are putting Bayern under some serious pressure. So I thought for as look, Bayern did create chances, and ultimately I think a draw was deserved. But at the same time, you saw the amount of space behind their back line, and given the form that all of those defenders that you saw there, Luca Hernandez, Benjamin Pavard, Niklas Zula, en route to Borussia Dortmund next season, you look at the form that they're in right now, Bayern are there to be got at, and Salzburg do have the players to exploit them, as we saw.
Yeah, been leaky at the back of Bayern. Do you buy them as third favourites in the Champions League this season, Archie?
When I watched PSG Real the other night, I thought yes, very much so. and then I saw that performance, and it made me question my judgment. So look, if they do click into gear, then they certainly do have the players to challenge. But right now, with everything that's going on in the background, Julian Nagelsmann, the coach, not happy with the transfer policy, which was something that Hansi Flick, who now the national coach of Germany and was previously at Bayern, he had big friction with the sporting director, Hasan Salihamidzic, over that very matter. And now it's come back round again. So that is something that needs to be negotiated in the next few weeks. They do play rock bottom Greuther Fürth at the weekend. That should help build a bit of confidence. But all is not necessarily well at Bayern right now. And I think it's probably good for them to get a few weeks in before the return leg of this game, because from what I saw, Salzburg could cause them problems again at the Allianz Arena.
Yeah, obviously you were there for it, Archie, watching Salzburg. This is a stat on Brenden Aronsons, who created 5 chances against Bayern, which is more than any other player across both the Champions League games that were being played that night. It says flying the US flag. In fact, it was 5 chances in a Champions League game, making him the youngest player to do that since Lionel Messi in 2008 against Celtic. Archie, what did you make of him?
First time I've seen him properly, Kay. Very impressive, symbolic of the overall Salzburg performance. High energy, nimble, particularly his turning circle. You generally, I think, only hear that in football when we're talking about slow defenders. But actually, as an attacker, just the way that he was able to kind of spin on an axis so quickly, it was causing Bayern real problems. And he had a great chance to make it 2-0 as well in the first half. And you saw the respect that Bayern were giving him, in that you could tell they were afraid to touch him in the penalty area, because they knew that if he goes over it, if he gets a touch, it was going to be a penalty. So I thought that the way that he was still sprinting, even in the 90th minute, when a lot of his teammates had kind of tired themselves out by that point. Look, he's at Salzburg to give himself a platform for the future, as everybody who is there at that club is, and doing it in that kind of game against Bayern is a real test of your character, particularly at the young age that he is right now. So very encouraging, and I'm sure it's the sort of performance that will put him even more prominently on bigger clubs' radar.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.